Hi, Steve. You used the word motivation quite a lot coming into this game. Was it just a case of maybe conditions out there, forcing you guys into a bit of a scrap fest and then just not being able to pick it up from there?
No, I don't think so. Look, I think you saw a very good Scotland side out there tonight. We got to give credit where credit's due. You can be as motivated as you like, and they came out tonight and wanted it more, and they executed everything that they did. They showed great skill. They moved the ball well. Again, they chanced their arm at times, and I thought they, played extremely well.
Steve, despite obviously defending a lot, I guess, for most of the match, but also in that first half, in that first 20-odd, we had managed to hold them out to then sort of have 6 minutes where you conceded 2 tries. How kind of frustrating was that? Were you happy with the defence considering how much of it you had to do? And, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, look, we were really happy. It's unfortunate that they broke our line in that last period of 10 minutes, but we still went into half-time, believing that we could come back. And again, I think we started well after half-time, but then again, poor execution, but poor execution is probably due to the fact that they defended extremely well. They got off the line and they made their tackles, and then they disrupted our ball, which they did extremely well, and we couldn't capitalise on that, and they turned the ball over, and then obviously a penalty, and a couple of phases later, they're under the sticks, and we're back to halfway again. So that's probably the frustrating thing.
What was your view on the 2 yellow cards and the red that your player received?
Yeah, look, I suppose, we could sit back and have a decent look at it overnight, but again, would Scotland have scored those tries with the first one? Look, it's a bit difficult. You got to come in from the side, but again, they were on their way to the try line, and so was the second one. It's hard when the player dives sort of 5 metres out from the line, so we just got to make better decisions there and try and dislodge the ball a bit better than the way that we defended there. But again, look, Scotland put themselves in those positions to score those tries, and they probably deserved them anyway.
Steve, how much is your players' pride hurt that you've been nilled at the World Cup for the first time?
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Thanks for that. Yeah, look, pride, well, one changing room singing and the other one's pretty sombre. But again, it's our job as a coaching group and a management group to get them up. We had a short turnaround to Japan this week, and, again, they're hurting, and so they should. No one likes losing, and no one likes scoring 0. I mean, we had some opportunities to score tries there, but again, execution, and we lost possession, and they turned the ball over well and exited out of their half well.
There'd be a question in Japanese.
すみません、日本戦に向けてなんですけども、従来の、出場停止2人に加えて今日も退場者が出ました、戦力についてどういうふうに考えられてますでしょうか。
Yeah, look, we've lost 2 players. One of them got a red card tonight, so we'll just see what happens with Ed. And again, we're a squad of 31, and it's testing us, that's for sure. With a couple of those guys are backs, and we've got a couple of injuries in those positions as well. So, it's testing. But again, like you just said, we've got Japan in 4 days' time, so there's no point in dwelling on what we don't have. We just got to move forward with what we've got, and pick this group up.
Coach, just going back on the yellow cards, there's 4 in 2 games, and obviously Ed got the sighting warning in the first game. Would it be fair for people to scrutinise your discipline now?
Oh, look, you know, yeah, yes and no. Every team plays to the letter of the law, and you know, I'm not going to talk about the 2 yellow cards we received previously, but you know, there's been obviously some others that have escaped sanctions that we haven't. And look, but again, you know, these are the decisions that get made by yourself, being putting yourself in those positions. And again, you know, you're trying to stop 2 tries. You know, and there's going to be risk and reward, but you know, we don't intentionally go out there to get yellow cards, and by no means do we coach or train that.
Steve, still got Japan and Ireland to play. How difficult are those games going to be now after this one?
Yeah, well, look, there was a lot of talk around Scotland this week and how difficult this game was going to be. You know, so again, look, we're 1 win from 2 games. You know, both Scotland and Ireland are exactly the same. Like you said, we've got Japan this week. We need to get back on the horse and prepare well for Japan. You know, and then again, if we get the result against Japan, then we're right back in it. But by no means do we think that we're down and out after this game. You know, it wasn't the performance that we wanted. But again, you know, let's give credit to Scotland. They played extremely well tonight, and they were hungry, and you know, their set piece went well. Defensively, they were outstanding, and again, they showed a different side to their attack tonight.
You just said Scotland showed a different side to their attack tonight. Is there something different you believe your attack can offer against Japan? Have you learnt anything about your team tonight that changes your thinking heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose for us moving into Saturday, there's obviously things that we're going to do against Japan that you know we've trained for, but it's really important to mentally freshen our players up this week. You know, we don't need to be out on the rugby field and in the gym doing too much. It's going to be more about a clarity in our game, you know, because there was parts of our game tonight that you know we hadn't trained or spoken about, and again, we just need to be better in those areas. You know, with our decisions that we made out on the field. But again, you know, you've got 15 other players in the opposition that you know can sometimes determine how you play and how you fall off. You know, go off track, shall I say, in what we're trying to do. So, you know, again, you know, we've got 4-day turnaround, and they have to learn from tonight where they were, not just you know, mentally, but also understanding what we want to be doing.
You've talked about how good Scotland were and stuff. Do you think tonight just showed the difference between a Tier 1 nation like them and a Tier 2 like you guys?
What sort of a question is that, Thomas? No. You know, did people say that last week about Japan? They're a Tier 2 team. Mate, because we got beaten, you know, tonight by a well-drilled team. We don't talk about tiers. You know, we're in a Rugby World Cup. As far as we can see, everyone's on a playing level field, and you know, we've just seen we saw an upset last week. You know, from a team that beat number 2 team in the world. So, you know, I think we just got to, where we are right here and now, we just got to forget about what tier we're in, Tier 1 or Tier 2. Look, it doesn't worry us. You know, you can't complain what tier you're in. You just got to get on with it, and you're in a Rugby World Cup, and you've got to prepare the best you possibly can and go out there, you know, with a belief and a willingness that you're going to win.
Steve, you sound as though Scotland surprised you with the intensity they played with. What else did they do that came as a shock?
Yeah, look, I thought they moved the ball extremely well. You know, they went from edge to edge and really tested us there. And again, you know, obviously their kicking game, when they had advantage from penalties, they used their cross kicks really well. You know, and they scored the first try like that. And, you know, we just got to be a bit better and work harder off the ball. But look, they executed it really well. And they moved the ball in behind and played with width and speed.
We've got two more questions, and we've been joined by Captain Jack Lamb, which we'll get him at the mix zone after so that he can also answer more questions if there's need.
Hi, Jack. Just a word. How tough were the conditions out there? A lot of spilled balls.
Yeah, obviously you've seen that there was a lot of spilled ball, as you said. To best describe it would be, I guess, the ball's like a bar of soap. The Scottish probably handled the ball a lot better than we did, and capitalised on top of it, as you were seeing. And we'll take the learnings.
You got it. You're asking Japanese.
キャプテンにラグビーライターの吉田ですけれども、次の試合もう絶対負けられない試合になると思いますけれども、いろいろスコットランドへの準備がある中で日本ってどんな印象でご覧になられているんですか。
No, we never looked ahead of Scotland. Well, sole focus was try and obviously win today, but we didn't get the result we wanted. We've got a short turnaround, as you know, and we have to quickly park this game up, take the learnings, and move forward and look forward to Japan and hopefully do the job there.
We'll take one final question if anyone's interested. Okay, thank you very much. We'll bring Scotland shortly.